down on the left a bit. Bit more? Yeah.
Well, they're still not quite straight, sir.
Huh?
That's better. Yeah. Just like it used to be.
Just like. I shall miss this office, you know.
Well, it's not so much bigger and a bit stuffier, I'd have thought.
More formal?
More formidable, any road. More stand-up straight like. Quarterdeck, do they call it?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, I'd never thought of your real office as cosy. Not cosy. When will you be moving back then?
No, today, tomorrow. Mr. Gilbert comes back today.
Huh. And Arthur Jones?
Tomorrow. It's all arranged.
That's it then.
Aye.
Do you want any more removal man stuff from me?
No, I don't think so.
Right, I'll off then.
Where to?
Oh, you must know, sir. I'm bent on clearing up that motorway job. Determined on it. There's been too many men hanging about on it too long.
Hanging about?
Oh, that's not fair, really, no. Young Digby,
Huh?
he is the youngest. He's having to work.
10 minutes.
Minutes only. How are the hands now?
Not bad.
Not so lily white, but not so raw either. It took you a while to get the swing of the pick. You swing it right, the hands don't get hurt.
I don't stay so lily white, though.
You're a one.
And you?
But you're shaping. This week you can keep your £2.
I thought you said I had to give
I said you had to let me have £2 of your wages for a month, or until you shaped.
And I'm shaping?
We're not holding us back so much now. Say for this week you're only holding us back about 10 bobs worth.
Thanks.
Unless you want to work Sunday.
Oh, we don't work.
I've got a tunnel job Sunday. Only a small tunnel job. 2 of us should be done in 4, maybe 5 hours.
Only 2 of you, and you'd have me?
It would cost mine.
How much would I...
8-hour shift at treble time. That's £15 plus £3 danger money. That's it. You take 15, and I'll take £3 for the danger, because there's no danger.
And it'll only take 5 hours anyway.
3.5 to 4 with luck. Are you on?
Oh, I'll say.
Well, don't be saying to that dozy lot. I'll just bring you on Sunday. No need for an early start neither. A 10 o'clock start will do. A gentleman's shift.
Hello, sir. Good morning, Charles. My, it's good to be back. It's great to be back. And nothing's changed, except those 2. They should be the other way around. Oh. There we are. Better. The, status quo. How did it all go, sir? Huh? Oh, sorry. It was a beastly inquiry. It was bound to be a very senior officer, and a good one. He was. His men admired him. He fought for them, got them decent equipment, better housing and all that. But, I don't know, I think it was vanity. Vanity and snobbishness. He needed to go shooting with the county gents. He wanted to entertain. He wanted to show off, I suppose. So he stole. There comes that. He misappropriated funds and facilities. It amounts to theft. He was charged last night. Released on bail, of course, appears in court this morning. There will be about 74 counts against him. And, you? I'm through with it for the time being. I'm not needed at the committal proceedings. I shall be needed for the trial proper, and that's at least 3 months away. And I am glad to be back. That's your cue to say you're glad to have me back, no?
Oh, I am, sir.
Bit late.
Sorry.
Never mind, I expect you're tired.
Yes, I have indeed. You know, I hadn't thought that
You
it
hadn't
was-
thought. Just being civil. Politics. Keeping other people out of trouble. You hadn't realized how exhausting it could be.
That's right.
And you've been denied your leave.
Oh, that doesn't matter,
Oh,
sir.
it does matter, Charles. It matters a great deal. That's why I've arranged for you to take it forthwith.
I don't see
Oh,
how.
I said it was arranged. You spend the rest of today filling me in on what I should know about current operations and current politics, and then off you go tomorrow.
But how?
Oh, come on. I said it was arranged. Arthur Jones can stay on for a little while, whilst you take some well-earned leave. I'd like to see how he shapes under me.
He's been working quite hard. Under me.
Well, I don't believe it. Well, I just don't believe it.
Well, Mr. Watts said you'd be hard to convince, sir.
Oh, he did he? Well, he's right. You haven't succeeded yet.
Then let's run over the figures once more, sir, shall we?
No.
Sir, I can't.
I believe you.
Thank you, sir. Though faith is not the same as conviction, is it?
Isn't it?
And you might have to convince Mr. Gilbert or Mr. Barlow.
Not Mr. Barlow.
No, sir?
Don't come the innocent with me, boy. You know I'm staying on for a bit.
Long enough to see this through, sir?
How the hell do I know? How much longer is it going to take?
Oh, not much longer, sir. They'll be having a bash this weekend.
But where, boy? Where?
Anyway, sir, between here and here. Anywhere on this stretch of 2 whole miles.
2 miles, all littered with equipment. All on the move.
All very expensive. Cheer up, sir. We've got lots of ears to the ground.
Keep your head up, son. What's that? You're still bent too low. Now watch me. Right. All right, you lot. 30 minutes. That's 1/2 hour. Now, 1 minute more. You brought your snap. No, there's still that calf up the road. We'll take the dozer. Just like that. You should know. It's there, ain't it? Better than walking. Anything is. It's feeding up you need. To your lovely specials, Tom.
Right.
I wish I was on the lorries again.
You what?
That bent, waiting for a lorry. Lovely, they were always waiting.
And now?
Now, because on the lorries it was 100 miles, 1 feed up maybe, no more. Lovely.
Looks as though she could use a feed up.
No time, never the time now.
Been beat to it anyway.
Where are you heading?
Only wyvern.
Hardly worth it.
I'm easy.
40.
I don't mind.
2 teas, Tom.
Hello.
Hello, Harry.
What are you buying her then?
Her? A cup of tea.
I was never mean on the lorries.
Ah, she's only going as far as Wyvern.
Not worth it then.
Not worth it.
Like to know if she was staying though.
Fancy her, do you?
Yeah.
Not my cup.
Well, I like a little maturity. And maybe she's famished. Would you be staying in Wyvern, is there?
And who said
It was
that
your
I
friend here said that's where you were found, and should you be staying?
And if I was staying?
Well, there's the land and me here. We're not very far. We're at those caravans about a mile down the road, and we could ride in and...
Lad and you?
Well, me, anyway.
No, thanks.
Oh, rough, I know. Look rough, but I'm a gentleman, and being ganger, I'm never short.
He used to be on the lorries.
They was lovely times. But don't you find them lovely?
Some of them are great.
Not between here and Wyvern.
Just what I was saying. Hang on an hour or two. Have yourself a meal. Give yourself a feed up, then come visit our caravan.
Mister, I'll be busy in Wyvern.
Oh, you would be and all. You would be.
I'll walk.
Yeah, I'm ready. Can't see you Sunday, Harry. No? No, I'm working, at least 10 till 2.
Oh, trouble telling.
That's what we get, see? Now with the caravans. He'll have a lovely time.
So I am going to have a whale of a time.
Great.
I reckon it's a triumph of organisation myself. At 10 o'clock this morning, I'm told I can take leave. By 2:30, I've got myself arranged for 10 whole sunny days in sunny Corsica, starting Saturday.
And Mrs. Barlow?
Sort of cup this really. She hates flying, doesn't like the continent anyway.
So you're flying?
Well, no time for anything else. There's just this one seat on a charter flight and 10 whole days.
Away from it all.
That's right. Look, is there anything you'd like me to do before I pop off?
Well, none of our current cases looks as though a mastermind can solve it in the next 3 or 4 hours.
Yes, I know that. But anybody in need of any soft words or anything?
Well, there's Arthur Jones.
What's he in need of soft words for?
Well, he didn't know much about our motorway operation, did he? I mean, it was more like direct between you, me, and my lot.
Well, he's been busy.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's been busy on. Every other office in the region, Mr. Jones has been there, checking, inspecting, encouraging.
Reporting?
I know that, too. His girl, his secretary, was telling me only yesterday how much paper his office has churned out.
Yeah, some of it very good.
But he didn't know much about our motorway job.
You said didn't? Does he now?
He tackled me this morning, so I had Jim Cook brief him.
Oh, you might have waited, John.
Till after you'd gone, you mean?
Aye.
Oh. But I've still got to be here, working with, under him.
Yeah, but you like him anyway. Do you prefer working with him than me? No, don't answer that.
I don't mind answering, actually.
Well?
Oh, I'm used to you see. I like being on your side, like I think you've been on mine. With Arthur Jones, I'm not so sure. He wants more for himself. He needs to want more for himself. And he's not as experienced as you are. And he's not half as clever with thieves or with dedicated detectives. He's nicer in a lot of ways than you are. Only he can hold his drink, if anything, better than you can.
Yeah.
But he's not as shrewd, not as dedicated. And not as much of a bastard as you are. As I am. We have to be to do the job we paid for. How's that?
Well, if I could remember all that, I'd settle for it from every time.
Well, don't talk like that. You give me the creeps. I don't like flying either.
Safe as crossing the road.
It's about time somebody reported in from our bit of the road.
So there's nothing to report?
I said it was a mistake from the start. I hang around these caps and all I get is suggestions for good, quick lays. And I don't mean lay-bys.
Could have made yourself a fortune.
I know what I'm sitting on, and it's not why I joined the police force.
But nothing?
Amidst all the shoves and the pinches,
Yeah.
one name. Not often, but more than once. Irons. Mean anything?
Not to me. To you?
No.
In what connection did Irons come?
Well, it's not easy. There I am, set knees tight together, one hand on a hot cup of tea, ready to swing it if I have to. Well, I heard the name 3 times, always from drivers.
Lorry drivers?
2 of them drivers of dirty big scrapers.
And the third?
Now, he might be more interesting. He had a transporter, delivering a 13-ton grab, he said.
Numbers?
I got the last one, but the first 2 were too covered in dust and mud.
The transporter is the important one. You'll phone it in.
I'm going in. Yeah, just like this. I want off this job. This part of it, anyway.
Beginning to fancy the notion, eh?
Too sleazy for me. No, it's a waste of time.
Undercover work. I never really approve of it. What I don't understand, Mr. Jones, is how you countenance the use of our very limited resources in this way. Well?
I didn't countenance it, sir. Not that I turned my face away, either, exactly.
You can't mean that you didn't know it was going on.
That's just what I do mean. I was told today.
Because I was back today.
Probably.
I'm disappointed, really. I thought Mr. Barlow had grown out of nasty little deceits like these.
I thought I could rely on John Watt,
Well,
sir.
he's still around. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Yes?
Mr. Watt?
Oh, Mr. Gilbert. Hello, sir. Nice to have you back.
Could you spare Mr. Jones and me a few minutes?
Yeah. Of course, sir. Would 2 minutes be convenient, sir?
Don't make it longer, please.
You've got the name and number, Jim. Check it as soon as you can.
Yes, they're ready for the inquest, are they?
Sounds like it. I'm not pleased. Anybody wants me, ring in there. Likely I'll need some support.
Right.
I don't see why you couldn't have telephoned this.
Because I wanted to see you,
Yeah, I
sir,
quite
and
fancy
say-
seeing you in that gear, too.
That's why.
All right, Sergeant. If after 4 days you can come up with only one name, we'll settle for keeping your virtue intact. But get out of here fast now.
And
Come back tomorrow morning, and not in that gear.
Thanks.
It's my own bacon I'm trying to save as well as yours. See you like that? Mr. Gilbert did think we'd turn the place into a brothel in his absence. Actually, I do quite fancy you like that. Come in, please. Oh, hello, sir. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
I'm looking very well, if I may say so. I understand your inquiry was conducted to a successful, if of
Shut
course
up, John.
Sir?
I understand we've gone into the road construction business.
In a small way, sir. We have D.C. Digby digging ditches and Sergeant Hawkins driving a lorry.
And Sergeant Allen?
Oh, hanging about, really. Caps and the like. She's been offered several chances of earning a quid or two.
Get them stop.
Yes, I've just seen her, sir. I said to get out of the glad rags and report back on normal duty tomorrow morning. Decently attired, I said, sir.
How long has this little operation been going on?
Oh, 10 days, sir, or thereabouts.
And I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, that came as a surprise to me, too. That's why I had Mr. Cook brief you.
Who initiated this operation?
Well, I suppose I did, really, sir.
Why?
Well, it seemed to me a serious matter that nobody else was tackling.
How serious?
Mr. Jones knows the figures, sir.
I don't understand them.
With respect, sir, it's quite simple, really. There are 2 miles of motorway building going on just up the road. Close on 400 men and a terrible mass of expensive equipment. And some of that equipment has disappeared. And I don't mean picks and shovels, which is all Wyvern County and Ashdown City seem able to think about.
Really?
My boys in Ashdown, they stopped a lorry carrying 13 nearly new shovels, clearly stolen, and they got a conviction.
Fine, £10.
Our task here is to concentrate on the criminal, not the crime.
You've got to find the criminal before you can concentrate on him. And you've got to follow him and not knock him off for 13 shovels. 13 shovels? Ashdown City didn't even know where they'd come from until we told them. And the clots couldn't wait to find out where they were going. Oh, I mean clots. This is not a uniform patrol, but so-called seasoned detectives. Some seasoning.
Have you quite finished?
With permission, no, sir. Because our other target was, and is, organized crime. Big scale, calculated, organized. And I think that this is all 3 things. 2 bulldozers have vanished from that site. Just vanished. And they're big things and expensive, too. £9,000 to £10,000 apiece. And nobody has a clue. Not Wyvern County, not Ashdown City, nor us either. Yet. But, again, with permission, sir, we're going to get a clue. Oh, we certainly are, because this is not a conjuring trick. This is not just 2 lags saying, let's knock off that lorry. Bulldozers don't just disappear.
Agreed.
Where do they go, then?
Where do swallows go in the winter? To warmer climes. To Libya, Iran, Africa, Greece.
If there was a market for them in Corsica, Mr. Barlow might be able to claim expenses on his holiday. Now, look, John. The thing that concerns me is quite simple. It's the harmonious working of this squad. Harmony within itself and with surrounding forces. Now, I am distressed, more distressed than I can easily say, to find there has been a lack of communication between you and Mr. Jones as a member, a senior member of this squad, and as a senior officer from one of the surrounding forces, and I won't have it. Is that clearly understood?
Sir?
Aye, sir. Well, they should be just about open, John. You were coming for a pint?
Ah, right.
I feel like saying bless you, my children.
Oh, you can always come too, sir.
On my first night home? You're joking. Yes? Yes, he is. Yes, well, put him through here. Sergeant Hawkins Field.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Sergeant? Yeah? No, I got that. Look, Mr. Jones and I were just going out to have a jar. Are you respectable enough to join us? Yeah, right. Yeah, in the Green Man. In the public bar. Ah, bit of a reunion, eh? We'll get Jim Cook to go along with us, and with Sergeant Hawkins, we'll all thrash it out together, eh? Thank you, sir.
The first of the day is always the best.
And you never have more than 3?
Not in the job, I don't. The first one fast, the second one slow, and the third one very delicately sipped. I can go a long time like that, as long as 6 weeks once and 3 days of glory.
Non-stop.
Non-stop. Then a day to rest my head and back on the job. There's your mate. Hello there. How did you get on then?
Oh, with the Vince, all right. Yeah, a bit of all right. No.
For the pleasure of the thought, Harry. It was Harry you called him.
Yeah.
The law.
What?
Over there.
You sure?
I can smell them, my lad.
Always?
Well, not singly I can't, but as the litany says, when 2 or 3 or more are gathered together. And that lot, that 3 sticks out a mile, Dix.
This wasn't such a good idea.
Oh, I don't know. Harry'll have the sense to follow us down the road. Well, the air's good.
Absent friends.
What those 3 after, then?
A drink, by the looks of it.
Why in this pub?
Seeing who they can see. But it's a waste of time up here.
I don't get it.
There's no business done in here.
Business?
You know, son.
But not in here.
No. Joe Warren's is teetotal. Never in a pub.
Don't know who you mean, anyway.
Likely you will, son. Likely you will.
I don't know him either.
Well, wait till you're called, then, though the ranks is foolish. If he's a real mate of yours, I'll have him borne in mind.
Right, my turn, eh?
I'll not say no.
No. You lot have been having me on. And don't waste your time or mine by denying it. Not knowing all this was happening was bad enough. And then this morning, all this baffling with science. How many 100 cubic yards of concrete can a free-form spreader lay in an hour? Bloody camouflage. And then you jumping out with 2 bulldozers. And my force spoiling things with 13 shovels. And then we're dead.
It's all right now, though, sir. You know it all now.
Now the Bowler's away.
That's right. Care to drink to Abbey Landings?
You can land in the sea for all I care. Yes, all right. What about this joker whose name you mentioned?
No record, Big Al, but I know who he is.
Well?
He's a checker. He's currently checking grade 2 chips of granite. Well thought of by his employers, too.
How did you...
I was very careful. I made inquiries about a man called Lyons. Once I knew there was a man called Irons. Wrong man, I said. They agreed. Couldn't be Joe Irons, they said. I agreed. But...
Hang on. Digby and his mates off. Your shot, Jim.
All right.
Leave this to me.
I mean, what you don't understand is, I'm not against this sort of trick. As long as I know about it. All about it.
We're all a bit secretive. We didn't know you were staying on.
Well, let's leave it. We've kissed and made friends.
Ah, thanks. Nothing much. I don't know any more than we know, except that Brother Irons is a teetotaler and works out of in his own hut or that cafe up the road.
So Sergeant Allen had better go back there, then?
No, sir. I promised her. No, we'll send D.C. Morgan for a stint. He's a new face.
Morning, Mr. Irons. How are you doing?
Yes, sir.
Copper.
Now.
Today?
Tomorrow, Sunday. About 2.
Where?
Round the North Service Road, just the back of my hut.
One journey?
3 if you're quick.
Right.
Oh, thanks.
See ya.
Morgan. 388 LHO. That's a number I noted as well. You're sure it was Sunday? Yeah? Right, I'll check it on the map.
The projected North Service Road is here, sir.
Then a straight run into Wyvern.
Or inland.
You think so?
The transporter is owned by a reputable firm, sir, very reputable. I've made no check on the driver because we didn't want to raise any suspicions and because all we have is a description.
So what?
Well, my theory would be that they wouldn't take whatever they're going to take very far on that transporter. They'd just dump it somewhere and collect it later.
Well, what they're to take must be pretty hefty, too conspicuous to hide.
Well, that's just it, isn't it, sir? I mean, say it was a bulldozer. It's so big, so obvious, it ceases to be conspicuous. It's like Box used to be.
Well, Mr. Jones, what action do you propose to take?
I'm following Mr. Watt, sir, on this occasion.
Well,
D.C. Digby will be out there tomorrow, not very far away, I understand. And also Sergeant Hawkins could be in the vicinity in his truck, and I thought of giving him radio. And we could put Sergeant Allen in a car there, and D.C. Morgan in a car here.
Where am I, then?
Right, here, sir. Right, here in this office. On our own console, using a spare channel, and making sure that Wyvern County and Ashtown City give us covering facilities if we need observation kept.
The dog stuff.
the penalty of rank, Superintendent. The higher, the duller. We sometimes persuade Mr. Barlow to do it. He should be on his way by now, isn't he?
Not yet, sir. He takes off at 10:30 tonight. It's a long haul in his turboprop. 2 stops on the way, due to arrive at 5:30 a.m.
He deserves the break. Well, I'll leave it all to you.
Except words with the 2 surrounding forces, sir.
Oh, I'll leave those, too. You see all the dull tasks, Superintendent. It is what second in command should be about. And perhaps it will be for this brief spell. I'll look in tomorrow, if I get the chance.
I'll be around too, sir.
Thanks. I don't want to be a bloody radio operator.
The higher the rank...
Belled up, will you? I'll tell you. I shouldn't, I suppose. But I had a better. Harder, maybe, but better. I had a better time with 5 weeks of Charlie Barlow than 2 days with that super citizen.
Rendezvous here at, say, 12:30 tomorrow, sir?
Oh, yes.
I'll arrange it.
All except Digby, that is. I like that, you know. One of us will be working.
Ten minutes. You're doing well. We'll take 15. There's only a yard or 2 more to go.
Here, then.
You are shaping. Go on.
Whew, great life.
How?
Well, get paid for 8 hours, only plan to do 4, and get it finished before then. Great life.
Aye. You're making off.
When?
When we're through with this little piece of tunneling.
It depends. Nothing fixed.
I have,
Oh, for me too.
if you like,
What?
a removal job.
Removal?
You see those 3 dozers?
Yeah.
They're moving this afternoon.
Just like that.
You said that before, when we took one to drive up to the camp.
Is that what you're offering me then? A ride?
No, those 3 moving off the site.
Well,
A transporter comes, I drive them on and off.
and me?
Useful to have a mate. Put the chucks in, help with the steering.
Well, anything to help a pal?
You are that. Make 3 more quid for you.
You're doing me a favour.
I reckon you could use the money. The rest of that lot, it just goes on booze.
3 pints and no more.
You learn quick. So you're on.
Yes, please.
And polite with it.
Ta.
Mr. Irons is always polite.
We're working for him, are we?
No, but he's always polite.
Well, he's a boss.
So am I. But I'm not polite to them.
Well, good bosses should be.
If our information is correct, 3 pieces of equipment will be removed from the site this afternoon at 2 o'clock or thereabouts. Now, I don't care about spreaders or grabbers or bulldozers. I don't want one at the bottom of my garden under any capacity. But they do cost more than a Rolls Royce, and to dispose of them must entail organisation. And organised crime is one of the things that we're against. So would you detail our plan, Mr. Watt?
Yeah. At 13:45 hours, Sergeant Hawkins will be here in his dirty green KLJ 4E. You'll likely not see him, because he wants to see him parked there empty.
I'll just be peeking over the windscreen.
And he'll have radio, like the rest of us. We'll all be linked within a radius of 5 miles. Now, I'll be here. Sergeant Allen will be here in case they head for Wyvern.
Sir.
D.C. Morgan will be here in case they head for Ashdown.
Sir.
Report movements to Superintendent Jones on Channel 7. He'll be here. And he'll have access to routine patrols in Wyvern County and Ashdown City. Now, I want to emphasize 2 things. This transporter won't be going very fast, so it'll be difficult to follow discreetly. You'll have to use all you know about back doubles and handing over from one car to another. Second, I personally am not very much interested in the fellow who's driving this transporter. He's just a cog. I want to know where this expensive equipment is being taken. And it doesn't even end there. I want to know what happens to it, where it ends up, and what channels it goes through. So don't be in a rush. If you are following and you think you're in trouble, say you suspect that they've figged you, don't let's have any nonsense about pride. Call the superintendent, and he'll throw in a patrol car to take over the job for you. What I'm trying to say is, don't let's spoil this just because any of us, get big-headed.
Well, that makes sound sense, John. Now, remember, all of you, this is a team job with a lot of local cooperation. Nobody is indispensable.
Sit down, please. All briefed?
I think so, sir, but I'll check. Any more questions?
No.
All right.
I have to tell you one thing before you hear it from another source and let it throw you, so hear it now. And then concentrate on the job in hand. I heard it just now on a news bulletin. Mr. Bowler's plane did not arrive in Corsica this morning. Its last radio link was with Nice Airport at 4:47 a.m. It has not been heard of since. A big sea search is underway. There is talk of wreckage being sighted off the French coast. I know you will all feel as concerned as I do, and I want you to get on with the job in hand.
Does Mrs. Barlow...
I'm going to call on her now.
But why is the news
It seems that air control in Corsica merely assumed that the plane had not left Nice. It was not a scheduled flight. It was only during routine communications later this morning that the disappearance was discovered.
Of all the bloody
way
ways...
jump to conclusions.
Of course. A great many things may have happened. The plane may have landed somewhere.
Come on, sir, let's get out on the site.
Aye. If there's any news...
I'll give you a phone.
Aye. Off then.
It's a shock.
He was a good detective.
Dedicated.
Impulsive, arrogant, generous.
He taught me all I know.
He was rough with me. Impatient, loud, blustering. I'll miss him. I was still learning.
Bad luck.
What do you say?
Bad luck. Tragedy. He was a great detective. Great. There's nobody in the 7 counties to touch him. Nobody to hold a candle to him.
I didn't like him much.
Just drive.
All I...
Just drive! I've got my own feelings. You can choke on yours.
Watch it now. You'll set me off. Just keep your mind on the job in hand.
How long will all this take? Not long. It's just I'm tired. There's no work to it now. Just drive the dozer on a trip in the transport or drive off, drive back.
3 times.
Yes, if there's the time.
Well, how long's the trip then?
I don't know, not in advance. If there's 3, it'll likely be the near dump.
A dump?
What do you do to hide a big thing?
Dunno.
You put it in with other big things. What you do with dozers is put them in with other dozers. 20 or more there already. Nobody notices if you had 3.
Or if you take away 3.
That's right. Nobody notices. Ah, there he is now.
Nephew 3 to Uncle.
Yes, sir.
Bulldozer being loaded now. $388 Lima Hotel Orange. Just moving out.
Keep out of sight now.
One of those lorries is still loaded.
Oh, that one's high.
Missed the dump, did he?
He always misses the dump.
Well, how
Your
did he...
mate's nosy.
All right, all right.
He's young, still learning. Nosy.
Now look.
Leave it, son. Leave it. This one gets jumpy and all he has to do is drive.
Well, at least I know where.
The Wyvern dump it is.
How did you know?
Stands to reason. 3 trips.
Transporter heading towards Wyvern. Do I follow?
No, niece. Wait. Uncle to Navy 1.
Yes, Uncle.
Transporter off towards Wyvern. Try following, please.
Will do. Any news?
Uncle to all his nephews. There is no further news. The SC search continues. Now concentrate.
A big vehicle like that, it'll have to take the main road for 3 miles. I'd suggest getting Wyvern County to have a patrol somewhere around this fork, sir.
Fix it, would you?
Sir? Hello, Andy. Have somebody at the junction of Litchfield Road and Fulworth Street in about 10 minutes, will you? Just so as we know which way our transporter goes. Yes, you can tell us. No need to clutter up the air. Thanks. Slow business.
With all those miles of sea to search. Oh, you're talking about the job.
It's you told them to concentrate, sir.
What I tell them to do and what I do myself is different, boy. Joe, I find myself caring, you know? Really caring. You've made sure that...
Sir, I've got the BBC's Wyvern newsroom all set to call us with any news, even before it goes on the air. And the local papers promised to call the minute anything comes through on their tapes. Have they talked to you yet, sir?
Well, the Wyvern Gazette? No. Why should they?
Well, the obituary. I've already supplied basic service details, you know, born witness...
Of course, Mar, leave it.
Sir,
leave it.
Nephew 1 to Uncle.
Yes, everyone?
I've passed the vehicle and chosen the Litchfield Road. Will you be advising me if it follows me or goes down Fulworth Street?
We'll advise you.
Yes, Andy? Right. The transporter is following Mr. Watt down Litchfield Road, sir.
Uncle and everyone.
Yes, Uncle.
The transporter following you now. Keep out of sight. I'm instructing Wyvern County Uniform Patrol to follow the vehicle. Understood?
Understood.
So listen all. The vehicle has deposited its first load at the yard of Patland Plant Hire Company, Litchfield Road, Wyvern. The vehicle is now returning to the motorway site. I want everyone to stay near the Patland Company. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Niece 2, be prepared to check on the vehicle when it returns to the motorway site. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And Nephew 4, call it a day and go home. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And Nephew 3, withdraw when it's safe and convenient to do so. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Wyvern County patrols in this channel can return to normal duties. We'll get your information room to call you if we require any assistance. That is all. Oh, and there is no further news.
Very smooth, sir.
You think so?
You don't sound particularly happy.
Well, it hasn't been a very happy day, is it? And I call a job smooth when it's over.
I'll remember that, sir.
Huh?
You'll find us all paying a lot of attention to your words now, sir. A lot of attention.
I think you're ghoulish, Mr. Cook.
Well, somebody has to fill a dead man's shoes. I'm assuming, sir, that you'll stay.
I hadn't thought...
Nebula 3?
Yes, Nebula 3?
Vehicle has arrived. Another bulldozer being loaded.
Everything all right? Surely, Mr. Arms. There's no trouble at all.
There's some here.
Here?
Someone bobbing about in one of those lorries.
Which one?
Second one along.
Lorry drivers. Got a bit of skirt in the cab, I'd say. Oh, it's lovely
Take
when
a
you're...
look.
And interfere with a man in
We'll
the...
take a look. A careful look. Go around both sides of the lorry.
Right. My hands will be enough if it's trouble.
Uncle, the job's blown. Send assistance, please.
Talking to himself.
Himself. And you, a mate of... two together, I can smell. Stinking dicks. You take the young one. Stinking dicks.
Get weaving. Wyvern County's Delta 3 and 7. Fast as you can.
I'm on my way too, sir.
What? No, niece, you stay where you are. What?
Equality of the sexes.
Oh, no, Dean.
She swings an empty handbag, that one. And we'll need a radio.
All right, Sergeant. You are the nearest. But for God's sake, take care.
I'm in sight already. It's a real fight.
Now, just get this. You know we're police officers.
Stinking dicks.
It's your chance to stop, Paddy.
Stop! Because some stinking dick
Are clever enough to fool you. Now give yourselves a chance. We've got help coming already.
It's only a woman. It's that Bintu.
We'll be riding to Wyvern together, Paddy.
To think that woman.
This is a squad car, properly equipped.
To think that lovely bit of skirt.
Just until the uniform bunch arrives.
Can I be cuffed to you, me darling?
No such luck.
Harry. Right.
What's going on? Hello. It's Mr. Irons, isn't it?
Yes, but how did you know
We're police officers, Mr. Irons. The sergeant there even had the warrant card to show you.
And the sergeant as well.
How long have you been on the site today, Mr. Irons?
Oh, about half an hour. I was checking some figures.
He spotted you in the cab, Sarge.
I saw something I thought was suspicious. So I asked these men to go...
Did you notice anything else suspicious, Mr. Irons?
No. Should I have?
You didn't notice that there used to be 3 bulldozers there? And now there's only 2?
Equipment keeps on being shunted about. It's not my responsibility.
Is it, Paddy?
I'll not talk to you. I'll never talk to you.
How about me?
You fool me too, you see.
And he didn't? Who set this up, Paddy?
Nothing to say.
You?
Get nodded.
And you?
I've already said it's not my responsibility.
No, but this is, isn't it? Yesterday, this lorry made 11 journeys through your checking point. The journeys are entered in your own log sheet. Every time it booked in, full, loaded with granite. Every time it booked out, empty. That's right. Then why is it full now?
Eager driver. Filled up in his own time, ready to unload tomorrow.
You got too careless. Top of this lorry's covered in moss. There are 7 of these under here. I planted them. Marked, identifiable. This lorry hasn't been emptied in weeks, maybe months. We'll get you for that, Mr. Irons.
We'll get nobody else without a cough. Nobody. The driver will say that he misunderstood his instructions. At most, that he drove or took away the bulldozer without the consent of the owner. We'll never prove intent to steal.
What about the Irishman? Doing a small favour for a mate, he'll say.
We can't expose him without getting Digby landed as a, well, nearly as an agent provocateur. A clever lawyer would easily say that.
So we've got the fraud charge against Irons.
And against the driver of his lorry.
And that's all.
Well, that's something. It's better than 13 shovels. Oh, God. Graveyard talk again.
I was talking to him, you know. Talking to him on Friday. He asked me if I preferred working for you than him. I made a sort of a speech, and he said if I could remember all that, I'd have it for my epitaph. Gave me quite a shiver even then.
Thanks.
Yes? Yes? No, we've not been... Right away.
Tell us some more about it, Pete.
Well, the plane's radio failed. We lost radio contact with inside of Corsica, so the pilot homed into land. But it was not the airport.
Oh, of course.
That's him. But we landed quite smoothly on one of those. And it was miles and miles and miles from anywhere. I know, because I walked them. And landed up at a village with one policeman who either couldn't understand me or didn't believe me. He locked me up.
A change for Detective Chief Superintendent Barlow, interviewed only a few minutes ago in Ajaccio in Corsica.
Make sure that Mrs. Barlow knows.
Yes, sir.
We won't need your evidence, John, and I'm glad.
Aye.
I had the radio on.
We heard it, boy.
And we're glad.
Sir, I only had the knowledge for, for an hour. I felt as though the bottom of the world...
And he'll likely be pushing you through the bottom of the world when he hears how you chickened on this job. I would have too, to spare a mate. He wouldn't.